Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by riding solo tonight, producer Todd.
Good evening.
There you go. No Kruger, no Pugs, but that's okay. It can be you and me tonight, just the OGs, I guess. We're reviewing I'm kind of curious to get your thoughts on this one. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Nothing much today. Just kind of getting stuff ready for tomorrow's live show.
Yeah. Yes. Speaking of which, I always have to stop a second because it's like we have done so many shows.
I didn't even know we were recording today. I was like,
yeah. Am I done? Did I watch everything? I'm usually really good about that, but during October, every once in a while you'll get that panic. Oh fuck. But we do it all for you. So on that note, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1, and then just consider that like a digital cyberspace hug just for all our hard work. We appreciate it very much. And there is exclusive content on there. There's the one Monsters movie that will stay on there.
But you have to remember, it ain't a Monsters movie if you read
it. Yes, not the movie itself, because even that's not Patreon friendly. But yes, we do discuss that one. Check out the Monsters stuff is slowly coming to an end now. We're going to do the ranking show, and we've covered everything. I suppose we could still do some watch-alongs of episodes at some point, though. So,
we're trying to fit it all in.
Yes. So, shout out to everybody in the chat. Jessica, who's been around. I've seen you on 4 podcasts today. My Mail, and everybody else in the chat. And we're listening later. Shout out, indeed. And on that note, last plug before we get into tonight's movie, Hellraiser coming soon. Well, listen to our review of Hellraiser 2022, but also we've got the big franchise show. That one I think will be a very long, very awesome show because there's a lot to dive into. I've been revisiting the comics, graphic novels, just everything. And there's a lot of cool shit you may not know about the Hellraiser franchise.
Dan's shooting to for this to be longer than the Leviathan documentary, which is roughly about 5 hours.
There you go. I think maybe 4.5. It's not quite like Nightmare on Elm Street length. It's a little bit less, I think.
Yeah, there's 2 less movies. But there is one thing, and I haven't said yet. I did finally, it dawned on me what my problem was with the new Hellraiser. That's my tease, because you'll find it on the franchise show.
Awesome. Yeah, those movies are ranked a lot of just different ways. So we encourage you to bring your rankings in the chats, the comments. I expect a lot of diverse opinions on Hellraiser. So that'll be a good time.
And just in case it's your first time, this is spoiler free until the point it's not, and we'll give you fair warning.
There you go. And since it's weird, it's coming up fast. If you see me at Scarefest, come say hello. You'll see me along with a ton of podcasters at this point. So if you're just a fan of us, a fan of just a lot of our pals, region free pals, and everybody else, there's more people going than are not going. It's a very small list of people who are not going. Todd could have come out there. Todd,
I was literally just in that area a month ago. Not even that. I've been home for 2 weeks. So
I was gonna say, Todd, but nonetheless, hey, that's another. Yeah,
I don't see you coming out to the big California ones. Just saying.
California's expensive. What am I?
That's right. Okay. You know what, Dan? Why don't you tell us what our feature is tonight?
Yes, I know. We're not. Yes, we'll talk about the movie now. That's shut the fuck up, Dan. Talk about the movie. You could just say it. You normally do.
Well, I'm trying to keep it professional since we're doing a one-off review. This isn't a
All
typical
right.
show.
So here we go. Our movie tonight is Don't Look at the Demon from director Brando Lee. And in this film, a team of paranormal investigators head for the highlands of Fraser's Hill, Malaysia, to probe a series of alleged disturbances at a house with a dark past. All right. So, first off, with this one, it's the first widely released Malaysian film to hit U.S. theaters, as far as any kind of wide release goes.
And we're stretching the word wide.
We're stretching wide, but this is on more than you'd think.
Yeah, it's on a decent number of screens, but
Yeah.
not a wide release, but a wide for Malaysian. I'll go with that.
Yeah, and not very heavily promoted either. Like, it's just one of those, like, oh crap, here it is. So yeah, we figured we should definitely cover this because you have a chance to check it out. Now, I say Malaysian film. It is shot in English with the main cast mostly all being English or from the UK. And yeah, so first off, Fiona Dourif, our lead, is I've been a big fan of hers for a while now, from Curse of Chucky, which I thought was surprisingly good. I really like Curse of Chucky. I was like, okay, now we're starting the crappy direct-to-video era, and lo and behold, I was like, wow, this one's actually really good.
Yeah, we didn't know where to get into. That was a surprise.
Yeah,
proof that Studio 1440 can do something good.
absolutely, they can. It's all possible. But she's our lead. She's the medium character who named Jules, and goddamn, just like Curse of Chucky, she can carry a movie because she is the best thing about this. The rest of the cast, I mean, everybody does a decent job. There's some familiar faces, decent, solid actors that I've seen in other things, but none of them exactly look like ghost hunters. That was like one issue I had with it, that those main people, it did kind of feel like old school WB CW casting.
I'm just curious because I really don't know. What do ghost hunters like? Are they supposed to look like? Are they supposed to look like a bunch of podcasters?
Yeah, probably more me and less the male underwear model type.
Maybe they're like Ghost Adventurers. They're a bigger show. I don't know.
There you go.
I don't watch any of that stuff. That's why I was just curious. I didn't know. Like, yeah,
it's a minor little thing.
It was Dan's way of not saying they're not fat enough, I guess.
Well, not fat enough, not hairy enough.
They're too pretty.
They're pretty ghost hunters. I mean, it just I wasn't like feeling the authenticity there. I've known some ghost hunters.
I
way
still
back.
know a ghost hunter.
There you go. So there's plenty of stupid to go around in the movie. Some very cheesy dialogue. In a lot of ways, it's kind of paint by numbers horror. The green screen while they were driving.
Oh my God. I couldn't stop laughing.
That really okay, this feels more like a direct to video title. It's in a way it's nitpicky, but it's there. Like, you can tell they didn't have a ton of money to make this. I actually had a lot of fun though. The cheesy dialogue, there's some portions of the movie that don't quite make sense. I always say this with these kind of possession movies, haunt movies. I always find them more interesting nowadays when it's not from like Christian folklore. So I did find the Malaysian folklore very interesting, and it centers on Kuman Thong, which is sort of a folk religion, kind of a break off from Buddhism, and really popular actually in Thailand. I've heard it before, and that's where the opening with the babies and the souls and everything kind of come into it. I like that stuff.
I was gonna say, and I think it was done where it wasn't like it was easy for us Westerners to like get it. It wasn't like Some
Mhm.
foreign horror, you kind of got to figure it out. It was like pretty self-explanatory. There's no real
Absolutely.
culture difference you're going to get lost in, I think, on this one.
No, I don't think so at all.
Yeah, that's what I was
And
trying to say.
and there's some authenticity to this. I mean, depending what you believe, the director actually went to a monk for a ritual similar to what we have in the opening of this film, and with the vomiting of nails and everything. That was something that he supposedly actually experienced. So I thought that was pretty cool. It definitely had me reading up on Kumanthong and earlier today, and I found it quite fascinating. Like I said, it's just something about like, all right, the there's a mix of it. There is, because the director's wife apparently is Catholic and he's Buddhist, so there's a mixture of kind of faiths. There's crucifixes in the house and everything, so it's still somewhat familiar. Like I said, it's a Malaysian film, but it really feels kind of a mixture, a little more of an American movie with the cast and everything. Despite some of the silliness and sometimes the budget showing, I do think they had some really cool ideas. The villain, what we see of the villain is quite despicable and kind of gross. What was going
You know
on?
my line of the movie.
um,
And if you want to know what it is, it'll be tomorrow in our after show.
yeah, it moves along brisk. I was entertained. I recognize it's not a perfect film, but I was thoroughly entertained. Now, I love Fiona Dourif. I think she is just amazing. So I think that also added to it for me. I was very invested in her. There's some soap opera stuff with the affair and everything. Like I said, it's not some brilliant
And
possession flick, but I liked it.
which was pointless too. It does nothing other than that one.
Yeah, there were some issues there with that. But it was kind of, I don't want to dismiss this as dumb fun, because I do think there's some moments where it does get quite tense. And I had a very fun time at the movies. Not to get ahead of myself, but I was like, oh, nice. We got another horror movie out there right now that's not Halloween Ends. So I might.
Well, this will be gone by Thursday. I'm telling you that now.
Probably. Well, you know what? I might just watch Halloween Ends on Peacock and see this one again just out of spite. Just sticking it to Bloom. Let's make this leapfrog Halloween Ends.
Well, see, I like to go into films with unbiased, unlike Dan. So,
well, maybe a little bias after Halloween Kills, but what are you gonna do? So yeah, Todd. I mean, what did you think overall? I had fun.
Dead on. I'm actually shocked you liked it so much.
Warts and all, I did.
I didn't know you still knew how to have fun, so I'm glad to know. It was fun. It was dumb. What was the recent one? Uma with
oh yeah, it's a lot better than Uma.
Yeah, what was that? Michelle Yeoh?
No, yeah,
no, that's
yeah, you're racist, Todd.
Sandra Oh, thank
Sandra Oh, you son of a bitch. God damn it, Todd. Sandra Oh. She's good in that movie, but that movie's garbage.
Yeah.
I like.
But yeah, so I was kind of expecting that level, but yeah, I don't know if it is just our lead. There is a little bit of tension. Honestly, if the budget stuff and a little bit of I don't want to say better casting. I don't think anyone was horrible, but I mean, just up the talent level, I think this could have done much better than it is. I mean, it has Terrifier to contend with too. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think they could have expanded on a couple of the characters' backstories a little bit. There's some stuff. I mean, it's a very derivative movie, but I don't know. It was a fun, breezy time at the theater, and Fiona's amazing. I'd also throw out Dirk Gently, the BBC series, where she's really good in that as well.
Oh, that's with Elijah Wood, right?
Elijah Wood, yeah. she's becoming one of, there's not a whole lot of actors that I would say this about, but she's one of those ones, like if I see her name, I might go out of my way to see it, even if it's not a horror film, because she always adds to something. I hope to see more of her on Chucky season 2, which I'm sure we will. But yeah, and they also throw us some nudity. So that's a rarity in horror movies.
You know, you're excited till you realized whose ass it was. Not that you weren't still excited, but I'm sure that's not who you thought it was at first, or who you hoped it was.
That is accurate, but nonetheless, it's very welcome. So yeah, you know, in spite some of the cheesiness and, you know, been there, done that kind of stuff, which again, the Malaysian culture, I think, kind of blunted a lot of that for me. I still, you know, it gave me something else to read up on. The Kumanthong thing, I think, is pretty cool and not overdone. So, yeah, I guess we can go ahead and rate it, Todd.
Yes.
Well, what say you?
I'm a 3.5. I had a good time with it.
I am a 3. Definitely above average. Has its issues, but I'll pick this up when it comes out. Hopefully on Blu-ray, because yeah,
hopefully even on physical too.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, hopefully we'll get that. So yes, this is still in theaters. Probably not for very long when Halloween eats up all the screens, but I think mine still had it later this week.
Well, and honestly, it has nothing to do with Halloween. Thursdays when everything gets rotated. So we'll see. It's small, so I don't see it lasting past that. But fingers crossed.
It's actually become something that I have a good time just pulling up movies now, because I might get that indie gem that I didn't even know was coming out. Speaking of which, I want to see Tar with Cate Blanchett and
Till.
What's that Woody Harrelson movie we've been seeing the trailer for a lot? The one on the cruise ship.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about, but
that looks really good. And actually, the youngest kind of baby-faced ghost hunter is in that as well. So he's got 2 movies.
Oh yeah, I know he's got a thing going. Like he's kind of one of the
Harris. Harris Dickinson, who's kind of a rising star.
Do we have any spoilers? Are we going to talk spoilers on this one? I did mention at the top. I mean, there is spoilers, but I don't know if it's something we need to discuss for the review.
I don't think I have specific spoilers. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So there you go. Check it out. Support this film. Support Malaysian horror. Hopefully we'll get more. And I think that's all we got, guys. So thanks for hanging out with us. Remember, content every day in October. Jessica asking about Halloween plans. Well,
ask us tomorrow.
Ask us tomorrow. Yes.
Yeah.
Live show tomorrow as usual on Wednesday. So we'll be live a little bit longer tomorrow.
Yes.
And so with that being said, good night. Keep having an awesome Halloween season, and we will see you tomorrow.
And good evening.